So update on Kendre Miller coming in from Dennis Allen after the game. He left today's game with a knee sprain. He will get imaging done and further testing. So if there's any updates coming around Kendre Miller, be sure to subscribe and lock us in because we will be breaking it down. This is our post-game winners and losers from NFL preseason week 1. I talked about it being a foot injury. As soon as the update came out, I wanted to film this part of the video. So that is what the injury update is around Kendre Miller. We will keep you guys notified on any updates around him. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and enjoy today's video. The New Orleans Saints took down the defending Super Bowl champions. I don't have a voice because I'm so amped up. I lost it after the Jake Haener touchdown pass to Ellis Merriweather that originally would have tied the game. They went for 2. Jake Haener fumbled the snap, a weird pre-snap motion, something or the other was going on, and he fumbled the ball, incomplete, or the play was run dead. It didn't count. You lost. You were down 24-23. However, a huge pick on the Chiefs side of the field by your defensive line. Tip the ball, catch it, go down. You have plenty of time for Blake Grupe to come out and kick the game-winning field goal as time expired. Saints fans, it feels so good to have the New Orleans Saints back in action at the Caesars Superdome. I'm going to get into some stats, some winners and losers and everything. But guys, I want to talk about what the team did today. Jake Haener, 10 for 17, 105 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Jamaal Williams, 9 carries, 28 yards. I got to say it, your offense, honestly, your preseason week 1 MVP, A.T. Perry, 6 receptions, 70 yards. He was making noise left and right. It was so exciting to watch A.T. Perry ball out today. He was targeted quite a bit. It wasn't like he was just kind of throwing the ball here and there. No, he was getting a lot of looks. He was getting a lot of attention from not only Jameis Winston, but also it was Jameis Winston, hit him a lot. Jake Haener, I believe, threw him a pass as well. But, guys, I'm going to keep getting into it. My winners and losers are coming up here in just one moment. Saints win, though. Eat that W. You know me. Got a big old bowl right here. Right here. It's a trash can, but we're saying it's a bowl. Putting some dub sauce in there. A little dub seasoning. Eating dubs left and right. I know I just stuck my hand in a trash can, but I don't give a damn because I love the New Orleans Saints, and I'm so pumped up that the Saints did what they did today. It was a very ugly second half, I'm not going to lie. That being said, when the team needed to capitalize, they did. And what I will say as well, the starting unit, both on offense and defense, looked electric. In terms of what the offense did, or the defense did on that first drive, the Chiefs came out. All they had to do was just drive down the field and score. But you know what your starting defense did? They said, hey, Patrick Mahomes, defending MVP, defending Super Bowl champion, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop you on 4th and short. We're going to stop you at 4th and inches because we don't want you to score. You don't get that luxury here in New Orleans. You don't walk into the Superdome and tell us how we're running the game. So I just love that the Saints defense did what they did today in the first half. The second half, when some of the depth pieces were in there, some of those position battles looked a little rocky. I'll call it how it was. However, I do think that the Saints defense today showed a lot of really good things. Shane Buechele led the Saints the Chiefs in passing. I know I have these flipped. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing a million things today. I'm self-producing, so apologize for this mishap right here. But the Saints, they did a lot of really good things on the offensive side of the ball, especially with that, like I said, with that starting unit. Derek Carr went damn near perfect. I mean, today, his stat line, 6 for 8, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. He only had the one drive. He hit Michael Thomas for a nice 16-yard gain. He hit Juwan Johnson for 2 passes. Juwan Johnson had 2 first downs on the day. You love to see that. And then we got the scoreboard fixed for you guys, so apologize on that. Again, my bad. But I was very impressed with Derek Carr. I think he showed a lot of patience. I think he showed that he understands the team. There's clear chemistry with some of these guys. I would have loved to see him connect with Chris Olave on that first drive. However, he threw the ball to Olave. Olave dropped it. Happens. It's preseason week 1. Let's get those drops out of the way. So winner and losers time. My week 1 winner, Derek Carr. Like I said, He managed the team well. He was calling checks on the sideline. He was dapping guys up. He was talking to players. Jake Haener threw an interception. Derek Carr's right there, arm around his shoulder saying, hey, let's talk. Let's get through this. Let's figure out how we keep going about this. And in terms of another winner, A.T. Perry. Like I said, he was your offensive MVP. He might be your preseason week 1 MVP. He looked great. He looked like he should not have been a 6th-round draft pick, quite frankly. He is exactly what the Saints wanted, and he showed why the Saints traded away Adam Troutman in order to move up and get him. And A.T. Perry took advantage of his opportunity and showed out today. There is some pressure on Perry because the wide receiver depth chart, right now, no one has solidified themselves as the wide receiver 4 outside of Traquan Smith. So if A.T. Perry can come in the rest of the preseason, the rest of the practices throughout the preseason, I think that Perry can do some damage. I think that he could not only make this roster, but I think he could have a very large impact. My last winner, it's the Houdat Nation, man. You guys earned this game. You guys earned this win. And at the end of the day, it is so nice to see the Saints just play well for once. Or not for once, but play well again. Like, this is not the team that we used to know. This is not the team that would just get walked all over, get beat, and it would just get ugly. So those are my winners. The Houdat Nation, congratulations to you. It's been an absolute great game. Losers, though, the coaching staff. I think that the coaching staff could have been a little bit better. The penalties were atrocious today. You had penalties, I swear, every other play it felt like. And they came in a lot of bigger moments. In my opinion, and what I saw last year, that was the biggest kryptonite for the New Orleans Saints. And on top of that, they just my biggest thing, let me rephrase. My biggest thing here for the coaching staff being a loser is penalties are a direct reflection of the coaching staff. There was a 4th and short. I think the Saints should have gone for it. There was a 4th and 3, I believe, in the 4th quarter. I think the Saints should have tried. Go for it, see what happens. Why not? Why wouldn't you? It's the preseason. You're going to be you're going to be down in the 4th quarter when you need to convert late in the game against very good teams. Postseason, regular season, you don't know how things are going to shake out. You have to prepare for those things. I think it was kind of soft for Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael to not go for it on 4th down there. But you won. You won, so it's okay. We can all relax. Kendre Miller, he is also a loser, and it's not because of his performance, because Kendre Miller, he had a decent day. He didn't have anything crazy good happen. I mean, 4 carries, 5 yards, not really that good. He did get somewhat active in the passing game. I got 1 target for a yard, so, the production wasn't there. However, the biggest reason he's a loser, he left today's game with a foot injury. As of right now, there's no updates in terms of the severity. There's no updates in terms of how long he could be out or what's going on here. Kendre Miller is walking to the locker room. We didn't know what exactly happened. This was, during the game and stuff, just some updates that came in on Twitter. The other thing to note here, with Alvin Kamara, he looked great today, by the way. He had a lot of pop. He had a lot of he just looked electric. He looked like the old AK that we all know and love. My biggest thing for him, though, is I need to see AK do it consistently, and I need to see him do it, multiple times a game. He only had a handful of carries, and I want to see him do it more often. Alvin Kamara, 2 catches for 21 yards, and then he also had 3 carries for 14 yards, so, that's solid. But since you have Alvin Kamara out for the first 3 weeks, you also need to take into account Jamaal Williams. He can play. Kirk Merritt, he is now a running back. But with Kendre Miller out of the game, Ellis Merriweather was your only other running back available on the depth chart for today's game. And ironically enough, it worked out because he's the one who caught that touchdown for the Saints to go down by 1, ended up missing that 2-point conversion, but things panned out like this. So, it's bad, but I just got to say it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And my last loser, man, I don't know how else to say it other than the defensive depth just looked bad. The second half defense looked atrocious, and I get it. They're young guys. A lot of them are UDFAs, late draft picks, whatever it is. I just still think that you need to have better performances from them. I'm a guy who believes in production. I understand you gotta mold these guys. You gotta let them develop. You gotta allow them time to figure out who they are and what they can do in the NFL. But what I will say is, you got to be better. I'm sorry, you just have to be better. The defensive depth let up a lot of deep passes, a lot of third and longs, a lot of second and longs. You got to capitalize on those kind of plays, because that's at the end of the day is what's going to win and lose you games. So at the end of the day, the Saints won. I mean, there's a lot of really good things to take away, some negative things, but we're going to get into an overreaction to Monday tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications and lock us in. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time. Let me know your performance for the Saints against Kansas City. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go with an A-.